I'm laughing at how precarious my camera situation is, this was going to be a tough one. So if I cry, don't cry, I'll know it would be successful. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, The Last 50. My name is Mary and I'm chronicling my weight loss journey, or at least my journey to lose my last 50 to 60 pounds. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel, and don't forget to tap the bell so that you're notified every time I upload new content. Here we are, Sunday, I think it's July 26th. Not sure, don't know, don't have my watch on, can't tell you. I woke up like 3 hours ago, and because I don't know what, but last night I like hit out hard, man. I like hit the bed and was in a coma, I think. So I think my body was like, we're tired. So it just wanted to sleep for a really long time. But anyway, moving right along. It's Sunday, so we have some business to do. So let's get right to that weigh-in right now. Okay, let's just get it done. Hi. And there we go. Okay, so it's like a 0.2 pound weigh-in, like, which is again nothing. So I'm just gonna go with I maintained for the week, which is fine with me because it's been a rough week food-wise. I have eaten a little bit more than I should have in certain instances. A little stress eating, definitely, I think, and I probably wasn't, I wasn't feeling my workouts. I worked out 6 days a week. I just wasn't feeling them as I usually do. So I kind of feel like that, like with yesterday or last night's exhaustion and everything, I think maybe I was tired all week and it just kind of has been catching up to me last night. I don't know, but I'm not going to be mad at it. I'm meal prepping today for the rest of the week. So basically when we check in next week, if nothing's changed, then I'll know that something's going on. I'm going to have to really like look at everything and maybe make some changes in the diet. I'm also going to probably at some point next week do my body comp for the month. So I won't chronicle getting that again. I'll probably just get it and then we'll go over the results. Anyway, so that's kind of where I feel I am right now with that weight loss. Again, like I said, I'm not mad at it. I just kind of am, accepting that this is what it is. And like I said last time, sometimes the scale doesn't move and that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So I'm looking at myself right now and I'm like, I need to get my hair colored and cut so badly. This is like the one thing that's driving me crazy about this lockdown is that there's nothing open and I can't get my hair cut. And even now, I don't know, so if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, you know that my daughter gave herself a haircut on Tuesday night. So I'm talking serious haircut in the back. So I do not cut hair. And I'm now like, wow, we really need to get your hair, like, it's not terrible. I can hide it with a ponytail, but it would be really nice if I could just go and get it fixed or cut so it looks okay. Thank God school's online this year. Anyway, so yeah, like, it's been one of those weeks. That's just kind of like the tip of the iceberg for the craziness of this week. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about self-image and self-esteem this week because it's something that's been on my mind for a little while. I think maybe I'm getting too much in my head. I'm probably getting too much into my head. So that's probably why I'm thinking about it a lot. Sorry, my mouth is so dry. When I was massively overweight, well, even growing up when I was a kid, I've been on a diet since I can remember. Like, I remember being on diets in second grade. I remember my weight being a thing from like birth. I don't remember a time when my weight was okay. Like when it wasn't this topic of a discussion, or I felt like my existence centered around it, or that this was just like some huge obstacle in my life. That's the way it always was. And I think that really hit me hard when I had my own kids, because I have two young girls, and Children are like the ultimate narcissists. Like, they don't think there's anything wrong with themselves. They love themselves. They think they're awesome until we start telling them they're not. And it's just amazing to watch my kids, because my youngest, who's just turned 5, she thinks she's fucking fabulous. And I'm not going to tell her any different. Like, I think she's fucking fabulous too. But it's amazing to just watch her, like, look herself in the mirror and be like, I look beautiful. I am like this. I'm like that. Even my oldest one, like, she would, you know, slap on her non-existent belly and be like, I love my belly. It's great. And it's like, I'm not going to put that down. I'm not going to say anything. I'm like, yep, you're beautiful. You're a wonderful person. And then it really hit me doubly hard when my kids started getting old enough to recognize my body, and they would say, I love your stomach, I love your legs, I love these parts of my body that I've always kind of like hated, and they just think it's great. You know, kids don't care until we tell them that there's a problem. And that was kind of like really hit home for me, how in a way I just never really heard from anyone growing up that like the way I look was okay. And even if it wasn't okay, that's not who I am, and that's not the sum of all my entire being. So that's kind of been an interesting thing to watch the last year or so, as my kids have gotten older. But so, you know, resulting from all of that, you know, there's just low self-esteem involved, or a really distorted body image. So I would look at myself in the mirror and hate everything. I'd hate my stomach. I'd hate the way my arms look, hate my legs. All I would see is fat. And, you know, part of it was I was massively obese. And, you know, there is some truth to it. Just was like, wow, this is a lot of weight to be carrying around. There's a lot of fat, a lot of skin, everything, you know. So part of me is like, you weren't wrong. But I think the part of me that feels like you were wrong was the part that just hated myself so much for it, because I still equated, this is who I am. Like, this body is who I am. And it has, you know, doesn't matter what I think, what I feel, what I do, how I behave. It's just this body, this physical body is all anybody's going to care about. And that's all I am. And the kick in the ass to that is, here I am, 285 pounds lighter, and I'm still looking in the mirror and looking at things that I think look awful, or I'm upset about, or I want to change. And it's just so funny because, you know, when you are constantly bombarded with you're overweight, or, you know, when you're constantly trying to lose weight or actively trying to lose weight, I'm talking like for years and years and years, like I had, like starting in childhood, you know, you think that you'll lose all this weight and all your problems are going to magically go away, and suddenly you're going to love yourself and everyone's going to love you. And like, people might look at you differently, and they might think that you're wonderful looking, and, you know, the shallowness of humanity will become very apparent. But that doesn't mean that you're going to look at yourself and feel like you're much happier. We will always find something to criticize ourselves with. I mean, it's awful. Like, I've had 3 major surgeries on my body, or 3 major procedures, 2 major surgeries, and I'm still looking at my body going, I need to do this again, I need to do that again. And it's craziness. It's a sickness, I think. It's just, you know, I am trying to steer my thinking more towards, wow, you look so much better now than you did before. And I hate to be like comparing, but I feel like the way to really put my mindset in the right place is to go back and look at pictures or video or something of myself and really see there's a huge difference. Because we can you know, it's hard to see the difference in your own body. Like, even just this morning, my husband made a comment to me. I was laying on the bed, and I guess I was just laying and had my legs stretched or something, and like maybe I was flexing, I have no idea. And he made some comment like, wow, your hamstrings are huge. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, no, really, they are. And my legs are probably after my arms, but maybe in a tie for my arms, my most self-conscious place, because I haven't done anything to my legs yet. And it's right now is the place, like after my stomach, it is the place that has the most loose skin everywhere. I mean, it's like, it's really pooling. And if you've seen my videos where you see the bottom half of me, you see my thighs are really big, and I have like fat deposited and like on my hips. And it's like, this is something that squeaky chair. This is something that I'm really very self-conscious about. So when he said something about my legs, I was like, well, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. What do you mean? Show me. So he took pictures of my legs and showed them to me. And I was like, wow, you know, you're right. They are looking really good. I mean, I feel like when I do my leg workouts that my hamstrings are getting strong. I can feel like my quads are feeling strong, but I don't see it because all I see is like this, you know, 2-inch layer of fat or all this extra skin that's pooling around my legs. So it kind of takes away from any success. And I have to learn to stop myself from that. Like, stop taking away from my own success. Instead of celebrating it, I shit all over it. And the thing is, and this is kind of the mindset that I have to get in, is that if it was somebody else, I wouldn't shit all over their celebration of how they've changed. I'd be like, yeah, go girl, you go guy, you got it. So why am I treating myself worse than I treat somebody else? So that's kind of where my brain has been. I'm trying to readjust my thinking and trying to be as good of a friend to myself as I am to other people. And it's really, really difficult. You know, I don't really feel like I mean, this is going to sound like, I don't really feel like I'm dealing with a lot of the pain and the issues that I dealt with when I was growing up. I feel like I've gone to therapy. I've dealt with it. I've kind of made peace with it. The fact that like I have very good relationships now with my family and with other people. And, you know, I feel very differently. Obviously, I'm not binge eating anymore, or, you know, not nearly as frequently. I don't binge eat really anymore. That tells me that I'm doing a good job. You know, staying in that space is difficult some days, but I'm kind of there, you know. So I don't feel like I'm dealing anymore with like a lot of that baggage, but every now and again it creeps back in, and my husband or my friends have to remind me that, you know, I'm beating up on myself. And that's my favorite pastime. If I'm not going to beat up on myself, what am I going to do? Like, I don't beat up on other people. You know, I mean, who else? I know myself best, right? So I can beat up on myself. It's just, you know, anytime that things go, you know, it's kind of hard to stay out of that cycle. Like, you get upset about something makes you anxious, the anxiety, the depression, something bad happens, and you like kind of internalize it, and then it becomes like self-hatred or something, and it's just leads to bad thinking. So I'm really, really, really trying to adjust my mindset on this. And my husband's been helping me a great deal. My kids help me. I think the kids are the biggest thing. I work really, really hard to not say anything about my physical appearance in front of my kids other than positive things. I don't say anything negative about their physical appearance ever. They are, to me, I mean, I'm their parent, I'm their mother. They're beautiful, they're wonderful, nothing can go wrong, right? But I do not want to set them up for anything that I don't want them to have the same experience growing up that I did. There are going to be plenty of people who are going to find things wrong with them, physically, personality wise, whatever, that they're going to, you know, say something or make them feel less than, that should not, it's not going to come from inside the house. And my husband is even more militant about it than I am. Like, he yells at me if even if I go there. So, I don't really worry about that with them because we just don't do that with them. And it's a conscious decision, but, you know, doing it to myself, it's something that's really, really hard. And I turned 44 this year, and there's a part of part of me that's like, maybe this is the best it's going to be. Like, maybe you should just be happy with your body and how much you've accomplished, and, you know, stop trying to be like this stick thin person. Like, you know, you've come a long way, and be happy with your body. Like, it does so much and it looks so different, and it does. And you know, I think the problem is, and I think this is for most people who've been extremely obese and have lost weight, or, you know, anyone really, I don't see myself as the person I am now. I still see myself as the person I was 5 years ago, the person who weighed over 400 pounds. So it's really hard to get over that. But I'm trying every day. When I look in the mirror, I try to find something good. I try to compliment myself. If I see myself going down an obsessive path about a body part, I just kind of shove it away. And I think what's really helping me a lot is pushing myself more and more in my workouts and seeing myself get stronger and my stamina growing. That's made me feel like my body's improving. It's doing things it could not have done, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. So, that's the kind of mental framework that I have to try to keep myself in. And, it's a really hard thing to love yourself. It's a really hard thing to be proud of yourself. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about this and let people know that this is not abnormal. I think we all feel it. You're not alone in that struggle. And, if anything, I'm going to try to take my own advice. But if you hear anything I say today, I think the biggest thing you should take home from it is treat yourself like you would treat one of your good friends or your family members. Don't beat up on yourself. Be nice. That's the mindset. Think of yourself as somebody who you care about a lot, and you would never say the things that you say to yourself to other people, unless you're a complete asshole, awful person. But I'm going to assume that most of us aren't, and we don't walk around like hating people for no reason. Because I live in a world where rainbows and sunshine spouts out everybody's ass. So that's my thoughts for the week. I hope that this has resonated with someone. Let me know in the comments how you feel. Hit me up on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram. Everything's linked below. I hope everyone's has a great week starting tomorrow. Do good, guys. Try to be your best self. And if you all need anything, you can always reach out to me and get some support. So good luck, everybody. Be good. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to yourselves. Have a great week, guys.